A Big Island man is recovering after being trapped for days in a Pahoa forest. Our Mika Miyashima spoke exclusively with the man's family about his rescue and road to recovery. This is New at 10.
41-year-old Ian Goodsell's family has more questions than answers, but at this point, they're grateful he's alive.
My understanding is that he was actually on a land where he was caretaking, and I'm not sure if he was, clearing a trail or what happened.
As far as we know, he was out probably collecting fruit or hiking.
Ian's family says he was crossing an old bridge in a forest off Kama'ili Road when it collapsed underneath him.
He fell into a ravine about 15 feet deep and was in there for 3 nights.
Surviving days without food and using a tank top to try and soak up water to drink.
Don't know any of the details. I know that he said he had numerous seizures while he was down there. He has epilepsy medicine he takes every day and didn't have access to that. So he was there having seizures. I know it rained a lot. Thankfully, it was before the hurricane.
Last Wednesday, someone heard Ian yelling for help and alerted authorities. Firefighters responded and sounded sirens to let Ian know that they were there.
Started getting that call back, started hearing the person calling back. They were able to follow his voice. They started moving their way into the bushes, kind of thick grass. I guess it was an old road that it was pretty overgrown.
About 600 feet from the road, they found Ian injured but alive.
He had just enough energy to tell him that he'd been down there for 3 nights and that he had been having seizures down there. He was they had to incubate him when he got into the hospital because basically his body just shut down. So they put him on a ventilator. He was like that for a week.
Ian's now off the ventilator, but is still struggling to speak.
The ER nurse described it as having full body wounds, full body bruising, acute liver damage from severe dehydration. He had really bad pneumonia, and he was having a hard time breathing on his own.
HFD hopes others can learn from this experience.
Definitely tell us if you're going to go hiking, and this wasn't necessarily a hiking trail, and even more so, like if you're going to go out there, make sure you try to stick to the trails as much as possible. Don't hike alone. Make sure that you let people know where you're going.
A GoFundMe has been created to help with Ian's road to recovery.
He has 2 young boys, and I think he just held on to the idea of them not, knowing that their dad died in a ditch. I think that he just held on to the love for his children, and that kept him alive long enough to find someone to save him.
Mika Miyashima, Island News.